everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Today we're checking out Fairies and Magical Creatures.
Forbidden Games. This game plays 2 to 4 players and has a box playtime of 45 to 60 minutes.
Nice.
So this game has action selection, a little bit of card drafting, a little bit of deck building, a little bit of tile placement, and a little bit of area control.
A little bit of all of it.
So, thanks to Forbidden Games for providing us this copy of Fairies and Magical Creatures, but they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. So let's get into all the rules.
Okay.
So you got your game board here. Everybody has their own player board. You'll notice that it has numbers 1 to 10 going along the side and plus 10 to plus 90 along the right hand side. So you've got two of these, two of your pawns. One pawn is going to be used for action selection. One pawn is going to be used to keep score. So if I earn 4 points, I'm going to move this to the fourth block. Regardless of what is on it, all this is used for is a scoreboard. It could be on a tile, it could not be on a tile. It doesn't matter. So for now, it needs to be just on the 0 area, meaning not on your 100 square grid. You are going to shuffle up all of the fairy cards and tiles. Now, most of you who have watched this stream know I am not a fan of randomizing polyomino tiles in a bag, especially when some of them are big and some of them are small, like little L shapes and 1x2s, none of which were removed in our random draw.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they fall to the bottom of the bag. Publishers, there's a really easy way to do this. If you want to have randomized tiles, use a deck of cards. That's the only way you are truly going to randomize tiles. Anyway, but I digress. You've also got, actually, we can put these up here. These are, we've got nature critters, earth critters, troll critters, fae critters, and beast critters. If you can gain the trust of the loyalty of these groups, they will give you a large tile to go into your garden. These are homes for the 5 different fairy types. It's weird to call trolls fairies, but ultimately that's what it is. Anyway, you for a 2-player game, you're going to need to remove some of these cards and some of these tiles from the bag. 20 cards and 16 tiles need to be removed from the deck and bag before you even start, and then you're going to deal up a number of tiles equal to number of players and number of cards equal to players plus 1. So you'll notice that these tiles are double-sided. One side has a pretty little garden, lots of little flowers. One side has a path. Garden tiles need to be connected to path tiles in order to score at the end of the game. If they're not connected, they will not score. So only one of the sides would need to be connected. So if you had something like this, that would indeed score. The entire tile would score because one of its sections is adjacent to the path. You could have many, but you don't want to waste your path space. Plus, you don't want to cut your path off. So when you place these, the garden tiles can go anywhere. You don't have to have anything adjacent to it. And when you place either of these tiles, you're going to get whatever thing is shown on the board. 2 points. Place a cube on one of the 5 fairy types. Draw a card. I got to say, the draw a card and befriend a fairy icons are identical, unfortunately.
But they do different.
They are indeed different. So you can, like I say, you can place these garden tiles anywhere. The path tiles have to start from the edge or have to connect up to a previously placed tile, path tile, so that it forms a contiguous path. So you get to choose which side you want. They don't have to be placed in the side on which they are pulled from the bag. So Um, each player has 40 kinship tokens. You are going to use these to place in these 5 areas. So, the last component is this start player token, acting player token, and Stan, there is not a start player. We found that we don't even really need this because the acting player always puts their token on the action space. So, we really felt like it was not necessary. So, um, Steph, I guess you had the fairy token, so you're going first.
Yep.
Okay, so the acting player is going to select an action from one of these 5 actions. They're going to perform that action, and they may play a card from their hand. So your hand is made up of cards. You do not start with any cards. You do need to shuffle up your 4 starting cards. They are all the same for everybody. There is a raven, a fox, a frog, and a spider. They are very, very basic actions. Shuffle them up. The draw pile goes over here. Your hand is here. Your discard pile is face down over here. Anytime you acquire a card, it goes face down into the pile. So, um, so like I mentioned, you're gonna the acting player is going to place the pawn and can play a card. Everybody else will then also do the action. So, it's sort of like things like San Juan, where there's an action and a follow. Everyone is going to do what the acting player has chosen. Now, the acting player doesn't have to play a card. They might just want to discard a card from their hand instead of using the benefit on the card. But this is the only way that you can just discard a card from your hand like that, unless a card says you can do so. Once all players have performed the action clockwise, the acting player token is given to the player to the right, going counterclockwise, and then they will do an action. Um, so the previous acting player does not block that action. So I could go anywhere I want. I can gain trust by to place a kinship token into any of these spaces. I can build a garden where I can select one of these garden tiles and place it. And then we're going to refresh the offer. I could befriend a fairy where I'm going to draft one of these 3 cards. Notice there is a card type up in the upper corner. Some cards key off of certain card types. For instance, score 2 victory points per troll card in my hand. Now, when you play this Bogle, you will not have this troll card in your hand. This troll card is out in the played area, nor is it yet in the discard pile until you've done everything in it. What are you doing,
I'm
Steph?
just looking to make sure.
And then the going around the table clockwise, you're going to choose one of these cards. The final card that is not taken is, I believe, discarded from the game, not put on the bottom. I can't remember,
I'm
Steph.
pretty sure it's discarded.
Well, discarded where? Out of the game?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to look for. Befriend a fairy. Um, yes, you do put it on the bottom of the card deck, face
Oh,
down.
gotcha.
And then refresh with 3 new cards. Helping hand, you get to play a card from your hand. What this means is you get to play a card, and then, as the acting player, you get to play another card because you always get to play a card as the acting player.
Nice.
And then call fairies, you get to draw cards from your draw pile until you have 5 cards in hand. If you have 5 already, you don't draw any. If you have 6, you also don't draw any. There is no hand limit, but you draw up to 5. So, those are basically the 5 actions. If you draw the last card from your draw pile, this is a little bit different than most deck builders. You will immediately, even if you don't need the card yet, at least how we've read through the rules multiple times, and there's a few inconsistencies in the rules that aren't quite nailed down. The BGG forums have a lot of information on it, but from what we can tell, as soon as this is empty, you shuffle up your discard pile and put it down. And if you need to draw more cards, you're going to draw at this time. So, I'll place this over here. The game end will trigger when all five fairy homes have been taken and placed in a garden. I should mention what how that triggers. When one player, two, four, six, seven, eight, when one player has their 10th cube in an area, they get this tile, and then they can place it anywhere in their garden as if it were a garden tile. Any of the garden tiles that are adjacent to this home will score double at the end of the game as long as it scores at the end of the game. So you want to make sure that it is that the area is at least adjacent to a path. So scoring doubles nice. Anyway, when all five fairy homes are gone, then the end of the game will trigger. Or there are not enough garden tiles to complete the offer, meaning the bag is empty and this is not complete. One player has placed all 40 of their kinship tokens, so they have none left in their supply. Game end will trigger. Or all cards have been taken from the deck, and there's not enough to create a full card offer. So we're going to score for our fairy folk areas. Whoever has the most in an area at the end of the game will score 1 point for each token of everybody's. For instance, this will give me 13 points. Second place will score their kinship tokens. So Steph would score 3. So it doesn't do Steph any good to keep adding tokens in there because if she's got this many, I'm going to score a bunch, and she's only, for every one she's put, I'm going to also score. However, if Steph can tie me, we both get first place. There is no second place. Of course, 2-player game. There's no second place anyway. So, you're also going to score the victory points for your garden. I'm going to score 1 point per garden square adjacent to a path. So I've got 6 points right now. If I had this next to it, I'm going to score 12 points. If I have this next to it, I do not score another double. If this is adjacent to one or more of these fairy homes, then I'm going to double. Doubling is as much as it can do. Um, and as I mentioned, if you're not connected to a path at all, you score nothing. Place these back. Most victory points is the winner. In the case of a tied player with the most fairy home tiles is the winner. Still tied. Those two players tie and share the magic of the fairy realm.
Yep. Me.
Yep, there is a starting draft you can do for a faster start. Before starting, deal each player 4 cards from the deck. Select the card, pass. Select the card, pass until you've drafted those. Nah, it's fine. I'm fine just doing what normal stuff.
All right, I'm gonna get a fairy.
You're gonna get a fairy.
I'll take this guy.
That's per Earth, per troll.
Yeah.
Ooh, only you perform an
That's
action.
about it.
That's mean.
Yeah.
Sorry. I do have to say this because this also is in the forum. I don't know if it's legit because it was answered on the Kickstarter pages. If I were to play this gnome, score 1 point per Earth card in your draw pile. I'm like, okay, well, you have to search through your draw pile for that. And then I assume you shuffle, right? No. The Kickstarter page says you leave it unshuffled. Not sure how I feel about that. I think I'd just rather shuffle it because it seems a little, I don't know. I mean, it's not like you're going to memorize what's there, but maybe you will.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sort of like only you perform an action. That's
Okay.
sort of nice. So this goes
Yep.
on the bottom. This goes face down in my discard. And we refresh. 1, 2, 3. You did not have a card to place. I'm fine with this being face up, just as long as you know what things are. Um,
No.
I should remove my 10 Fey tokens here because they're not mine. I am going to I mean, both of these are fine. I need some cards.
Okay. You gonna draw?
I would like to draw, but there are other ways to draw,
Sure.
which I think I may avail myself of that ability. I'm going to build garden and do something like this. Making sure I cover up at least one draw card so I can at least draw one card. I think this might be my best bet. Drawing a card. Oh, I can't play. I chose a poor one.
Okay.
Yep,
I will take befriend a fairy action.
I did the wrong one. You befriended a fairy, so you drafted a new card.
Mm-hmm. I will also play my fox. Place one kinship token in 2 different areas.
Wow.
I don't know.
I will take the mushroom fairy. Ooh. I assume whatever's not selected, if I were to shut you down, I assume that if you could not draft one of these, then they would both go to the bottom.
I assume so, yeah.
Well, that last one went rather poorly. The last card I drew.
You got a spider?
The spider's the one that makes you discard all your cards, right?
Yeah.
No, didn't get that one.
Not helpful too then.
Well, I can't keep you from it. So I guess when drafting a new card, put it directly into my hand.
Okay.
I will take this one.
So you're drafting a card.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. Man, I really don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like any of them, but man, my my card choices are poor.
Okay. I'll take him.
Yeah, I figured you would. Because you're going for troll cards, so for sure. Flower fairy, dwarf,
Mm.
naiad.
I will I'll take a garden tile.
I get the other one. Yay!
I get to place a cube. Oh, I did it wrong. I should.
What?
I placed wrong the first time, so I'll fix myself this time.
Fix yourself.
Fix yourself. I'm fixing myself. I did it wrong. Because I drew a card and I had misplaced my tile. So
Yeah, you should.
I did it. I fixed it.
Yeah.
fixed it.
You don't have to put it next to that.
I know, but
But
I
you
want.
probably do at some
I
point.
want to. I want to.
I know.
Just do this. I get nothing.
You rolling your cubes?
Yeah, coming up red every time. Red. Yeah, Forbidden Games, they do really pretty games. I mean, of their games, you probably heard of Raccoon Tycoon.
Lizard Wizard.
That's another one. Same artist, really.
Someone mentioned that this should have been fairy berries.
Nah.
I am going to sure. Sure.
Raccoon Tycoon and Lizard Wizard. You're building.
Maybe I want to do this.
Okay. Do something else.
Build it. Doing it. Building it. This is draw a card. And then what'd you do? Oh yeah, you went on a drop spot. And then I'm gonna place one kinship token in two different areas.
Wow. Two squares.
Two squares.
Two squares.
Not a lot of choice there.
No.
I keep taking the wrong one.
Um. I guess I'll draw cards.
I'll draw cards too. 3, shuffle. 4, 5.
And I will play frog. He gives me a point.
There's your point. Only I draw a card. One VP for every 2 squares covered by a tile in a single row across. So that would qualify, I assume. Red cap, ogre, banshee. You want a troll card? There they are.
Yeah.
A lot of good ones.
Sure. I'll take a card. What? Place one kinship token. Take that one.
Okay. I will take this one.
I'll play my fox. Place 1 token in 2 areas.
I will remove 2 from the Fae. Go away. Then I will You have 3 cards.
Yep.
I will draw cards.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play this.
What's that?
Score 2 points per troll card in my hand. I have 1, so 2 points.
Ooh.
And I will. I guess I'll take a card and take the Bogart.
Boggart. Boggart. I'll take a hob, which is like a hobbit, but not.
Okay.
Then we have the Nixie and the Satyr and the Elf.
Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Night, GGP. I'm going to place 1 in 2 different areas. 1, 2. And then I'll place 1. Okay.
Hmm. Yep. I'm gonna play this.
That's it.
Double the board benefits from placing tile. So I'll
This
grab
time.
that tile.
That seems good.
Just get 4 points.
Ooh. Oh, it's tiny and pitiful. And tiny. And pitifully tiny.
Yeah.
How many cards you got?
3.
I'm going to discard all the cards from my hand into the discard pile.
Yeah.
And draw 5.
As your action, you're drawing 5.
Yeah.
I get 2. I will Banshee, remove 1 kinship token from 2 different areas.
Bloop, bloop.
And I will, I guess, draft a tile. You can have the baby one.
I'll dig it.
Mm.
And baby tile.
You're gonna like it.
So, can I start a new path from the edge, or must only the first one come from the edge? I suspect only the first one, but I'm going to look.
I also suspect that.
Tiles placed after that must connect with a previously placed path.
This is not great.
It'll be fine.
It's not great. I will draw a card though. Indeed. Okay.
Score 5 points. No, I just played a card.
Yeah.
What would you like?
You're good.
Are you?
Yeah.
And then not a fan of any of it. Kinship token, yay!
Ogie. Score 1 point per troll card in my draw pile at 2.
Poop. Good job.
And I will take this. You can have the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
If only I had a good place to put it. Man. Rough. This is worth 2 points. That's me. Move 3 kinship tokens from one area to 3 different areas. 1, 2, 3. Oh, those are pretty. I like this. That gives me 2 points and a thing. Did I take my 2 points? 2, 4, 9. I think I did. I don't think I've scored points for anything else.
I'm going to discard all my cards and draw 5.
5. I draw 2.
You.
Yeah. One kinship token in 2 different areas. And then place a kinship token in area. An important note, you do not have to connect this fairy home to a path. You just have to have it touching nature tiles.
Okay, Bogart. In any single area, remove 2 kinship tokens belonging to the player with the most.
No.
And I'll play another card.
What?
Remove
You play another card meaning
helping
your
hand.
helping hand.
Remove a kinship token in 2 different areas.
Wow. Then I will discard all the cards from my hand into the discard pile. My action will be to draw 5 cards
I draw 2.
and play a card for me.
Yeah.
And then place 1 in 2 different areas. Stop moving my cubes.
Score 2 points per troll card.
No.
2 points. And no. Like this. Like that.
My. This is a cube. Ogre, move 3 to 3 different. And then
Got nothing. And I will. I guess I'll take the satyr. You can have a card.
Hob, Sylph, Sprite. One for every 2 of your kinship tokens in the Earth area. 2 points. And then cube.
Double the board benefit from what I place.
No.
I get 2 cubes and 4 points.
I get no benefit and nothing. Place 1. Score 3. Half of my Fae.
Yeah. Score 1 per troll card in my drop pile. 0. I didn't think so.
Had to kill them off somehow.
Yeah, I will. I guess I'll draw cards.
It's a good time for a spider discard.
Mm-hmm.
1.
And you're drawing?
Yep. Two, three, four, 5.
And I'm going to helping hand play another card.
So I play a card.
Discarding all my cards.
I get 5 points for my route.
Your turn.
My turn. No.
No.
Three points. And then step tile.
I don't want this one.
Well, I know.
Okay.
Two points and cube.
Dang, this is just. This is not good. Guess. Yes. Draw a card. Alright. I will play this.
With that.
Move one of my kinship tokens and 3 of an opponent's from the same area to an adjacent area.
No.
Yeah. And
I can't draw random from bags. My religion prohibits it.
well, maybe I'll take one of those juicy tiles. Um. Wow. Sure, I'll take a tile.
I think it too.
Play a cube.
No. Oh, I can't fit it where I want it. Place one. Where I put it. Okay. My turn. I don't got good stuff now.
That's what I like to hear.
I know.
You want a tile?
All right. How low are we?
Um.
Nick Berry.
8.
I got nothing I can do. Draft a card, put it directly into my hand. Do
Do I get a card?
Yep. I drafted it into my hand.
Um. I'm gonna draw cards. And okay, let's see. I will play her double. No, not. I can't do that. Remove 2. Could do that. I'll do this.
What?
Bogart, remove 2 from here.
From which area? Where I have the most.
Yeah.
Where a player has the most.
Yeah.
Place one in an area and remove one from a different area.
Yeah. No.
Yes. And then for my real action. Now for my real action. Draft.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I'm going to get this this token here. Or do I do this instead? No. Gotta do it that way.
Draw a card. Okay, me.
Yep.
What's this?
Don't know.
That's
Little baby tiles.
not what I wanted. Alright, so that changes what I'll do. And
You're killing me, Smalls.
why?
Trying to stomp yours down.
Yeah, well,
Not working.
no.
No.
It's a good try though.
Not good enough.
I'll take this.
What?
I know. I'll place one more. These are all small now.
You placed up there?
I did.
No.
Yep. What's up?
That is what's up. You're right. How many are in there?
Not a lot.
I'm going to go for the 2 points down here while I can, because it's going to end really soon.
4.
One per area where your kinship tokens are. Is that what I want to do? Just putting one up there just gives you point. Yeah, it's a good me point. But it will immediately give you your thing, so I can't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is my action? I think my best play is to maybe remove any chance of you finishing these. No, you will finish it if I do something. But you'll have to close yourself off to do it. Taking it.
Definitely. I got 10.
Yeah, I know you do.
Oops. This was supposed to be a flower.
Uh-huh.
It was. I just put it down.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I might get lucky.
Maybe.
Probably not.
No.
Spike us. How many left?
4. There's 2 more in the bag.
Okay.
Beep ba doo boop ba doo boop.
Beep.
Yep. Double the placements from any board thing I do. So I'll take that. I get 4 points and 2 cubes.
No.
Not that it really helps me, so.
You took it.
Might as well do this.
Spike us.
Last 2. Or does the game end when there are no more?
When you cannot do the stuffs. Dang. I think the best thing I can do is just a short circuit the rest of the game. Only I can perform an action. Grabbing it.
And then I guess that will end it.
That will end it.
Okay.
Place another cube, but it's sadly not enough. All right. What do we look like here?
Little spider.
Move 3 from one area to 3 different areas. I couldn't get it. I could not draw it. All right. So, looking at what scores, basically just the fairy folk areas and then this. So, 4 points. 14 and 4. So you get 14, I get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, we each get 2. I had 8, so I get 9.
I get 1.
Yeah. This 10 and 3, 13. I get 3. All right, now we just score for these, and that's it. All of mine are connected.
All of mine are not connected. I got this and this over there.
You can kill them.
Kill it dead. This are doubled.
Okay, go at it.
10, 20, 36.
This is not. I said, considering you're at the top of your board, I'm assuming you're at 120 some 111 something.
Yeah.
I'm at 93.
93.
Yeah, you
to
got
111.
Me, you got me by 18 points. Yeah, I could not get a handle on the board at all.
Good game, good game.
Good game, good game.
Boop, boop.
That is Fairies and Magical Creatures. Got a lot of different aspects for those who do like deck building and area control and tile placement. It's got all of that. Action selections got that. So
yeah, and it's not like that difficult, right? So you're doing these actions. Everybody knows what you're doing. Like most of the time, Michael didn't even put his action pawn on the space because it's
two players. It's just
quick,
snappy quick.
So you don't really need to worry about that with 2 players. I mean, with more people, you might want to probably keep track of that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I like the polyominoes. I agree with Michael on that. Yeah, it should probably be cards that tell you what shapes to put out, but it would get kind of extra. Like it's like one more thing you have to do.
But you noticed at the end what came out? Small, because they've all fallen to the bottom.
Yeah,
it's not.
You're more likely to grab a big
not
pile.
randomized,
right? So I think I don't love to take that. You know, when you take off cubes from the board, it's like, well, I just spent my whole turn doing that.
Right, but that's every area control game.
I know, and that's why it's not my favorite mechanic. I prefer building the polyomino board and deck building a little bit versus trying to gain control. But you do want to try and get these fairy heads. As you see, it got me like an extra 30 points or something.
No, for sure.
So you want to try and get them.
Oh yeah, because that's made all the difference. I couldn't get control of the board, which meant I could not get the doubling. And had I gotten 1 or 2, that would have been
it would have helped you for sure.
And I could not draw the ones that kicked your tiles out. The one to move 3 to 3 different areas. I was like, I got this wrapped up. Nope, I couldn't get anything else.
That was my only hope, is that you have too many cards that you can't get to them fast enough to make it worth it.
I didn't have too many cards. I just didn't have the right cards because they didn't
line up. Yeah.
They just didn't appear.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So that is Fairies and Magical Creatures
from Forbidden Games.
Nice.
And if you enjoyed this teach and playthrough and you want to see more just like it, come join us on YouTube at BoardGamerSteph. Or, even better, you can join us on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, where we stream 3 games or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we play all the games.
So for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.